Wow, that is a pretty looking motorcycle. Editor, can we get some epic music playing? Wait, Cobra makes electric bicycles? Huh, I didn't know that. Anyway, there's a huge push for these electric motorcycles. It's a big race between manufacturers, between KTM, Husky, Honda, Yamaha, Kawasaki, Cobra. It's a race for the first one to be on the market with these electric bikes. Yeah, there's the KTM that have already dabbled in this stuff, but for having a mainstream motorcycle that can be competitive. I know Alta went out of business with their technology. They had a multi-million-dollar contract with Harley Davidson, and then Harley Davidson was like, hey, you know what, we could make our own e-bike, so we don't need this proprietary technology, Alta, so we're going a different direction. And a lot of companies have had this happen too. I mean, this isn't the best example, but you've got Fitbit and GoPro, where they were innovators in their general aspect of genre. But now you look, there's multi-POV cameras, there's all sorts of wearable fitness technology. So maybe it wasn't the best example, but what I'm trying to say is when somebody has a good idea, you look at the iPhone, all of a sudden everyone is following suit. I mean, shit, when there's a pirate movie that just makes bank at the box office, well, then we have 12 other pirate movies show up. It's how things work. When people think they can make money, here it goes.
Love, that is a dinghy. My vessel is magnificent and fierce and huge-ish.
My point is we just have to accept that at some point we're going to be on an electronic motorcycle. If they're pushing this hard for 50s, it's only a matter of time, because if you fail to innovate, you're going to be left out high and dry. And these companies have got a lot of smart people behind them, so they know when there's a good trend, and these electronic motorcycles are becoming the trendsetters. Cobra has been working diligently with MX Sports and just the industry so that when it hits showroom floors, it's going to be able to be a full eligible race bike that you can race against all the other bikes at Loretta, Ponca, World Mini, etc., your local tracks, AMA, class 1 through 5, whatever age group class 50s have at the time, it'll be able to sign up and be competitive. There is the issue that you can't hear a goddamn thing, so your kid might run into somebody in the pits, or heaven forbid, run into multiple people on the track because you can't freaking hear the damn thing. I don't know how we're going to get around that, but there's got to be a lot smarter people, well, smarter than me, trying to figure out this issue. And you've got KTM trying to beat everyone to the punch with their new 50 SXE bike. This thing is loaded with electric start, no pun intended, 3 different power maps, so that if your kid's just starting out, he's not going to whiskey throttle into a fence or the garage or off the side of the track. It's going to have a tip sensor, so if he falls over, it's going to shut itself off, or if he gets ejected from the bike, it'll have a little lanyard, almost like a jet ski, to where it'll disengage the motorcycle. It's only going to have about 20 minutes of power, but it's also going to have an adjustable seat height so that you can grow with the bike. You can start off like what KTM used to have with a junior, and then their senior models. It can all be just one motorcycle, which I think is pretty cool. Just in closing, I grew up racing 2-strokes, and then even on big bikes, I rode 2-strokes, and then there's this thing called 4-strokes that came along, and debatable that if it ruined the sport because of how expensive it was. But now there's going to be kids that have never even ridden a 4-stroke or a 2-stroke. All they know is electronic bikes. Is it going to ruin the price? Is it going to hike everything up? I know a Cobra nowadays is $4,000, $5,000. You could spend so much on a little 50, which I think is freaking crazy. But what are these electronic bikes going to do to the price? I think they're going to be a little bit more expensive, which sucks. Our sport is becoming more of a elitist sport nowadays. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this. This was quick. Until next time, bye.